Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and thank you for tuning in to a brand new episode of The Nation Wants to Know. I'm Deepti Sachdeva. The Nation wants to know that does your age really matter? Whether you're all of 3 years old or you are 31, is this a country for women? It's not a hyperbole. We are not, losing our patience. But since the year 2012, when you had the Nirbhaya incident in the national capital, everyone thought things will change. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao is also a slogan that the government speaks about. Aadhi Abadi is what we are made of. But in spite of all this, what has changed? Now, I want to take you across to look at certain images that again will shock all of us. As we look at these images right now on the screens, we are again forced to ask the question that what will change? When will things change? Or should we just, stop expecting anything from our netas? Look at these images, and my title says this is not Bengal. For a change, I'm not beginning with images that have come in from West Bengal. This is not just about Kolkata. These are images, ladies and gentlemen, that have come in from Badlapur. This is in the Thane district in Maharashtra. If you just Google that where is Badlapur, you will realize that this is just about 50 odd kilometers from Mumbai, the maximum city. This is a place that has not seen, so much of an outrage in a long, long time. These are a lot of people there. You see them almost, getting lathi charged first by the cops. There are also moments that you get a lot of stone pelting. The police is running out of all these protesters. And if you realize where they are protesting, these are railway tracks. All this protest has been on the railway tracks at least since 10 in the morning today. And why have they been protesting? Now, why they are protesting is because all of them, remember, right now are outraged after what you have seen with two little children. Now, these two little children, remember, were just of 3 and 4 years age, said to be in the nursery, sexually assaulted by a staffer of the school. The complaint is the same, that the police takes hours to register an FIR, and because the people lose patience, they go out on the street. So look at what happens in this country if you're a 4-year-old. You are sexually assaulted in your school. And what happens when you're a 31-year-old doctor? You can be raped, you can be killed right at your workplace. So what has changed if you look at these images? Absolutely nothing. The disgust is visible on this, images of all these protesters. These are protesters, doctors, citizens who've been sitting out on the streets in Kolkata for the last many, many, many days. Nothing has changed. And much like what has happened in Badlapur, and these are images, remember, that have shocked all of us, because these protesters have continued to be on the streets, on the railway tracks since this morning. The movement of a lot of trains got affected. We'll tell you how the administration has responded both in Maharashtra and also later what's happened in Kolkata. But first up, what has been the response of the Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, the Deputy Devendra Fadnavis, and also Uddhav Thackeray? And Eknath Shinde, remember, this is his constituency, Thane. That is why I think what he says now is very, very important. Listen in to the first response you have from those who matter.
देखिए, मैं पुलिस कमिश्नर से सुबह बात की थी और उसने कहा मुझे कि उन्होंने कहा पुलिस ये जो एक्यूज है अरेस्ट हो चुका है, और मैंने कहा कि इसके ऊपर जितने भी सेक्शन लगते हैं, ये बच्ची का हादसा बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है, ये दुखद ये घटना है और निश्चित रूप से सरकार ने पूरी तरह इसे गंभीरता से लिया हुआ है। इसमें जो कोई लापरवाही बरतेगा, जो कोई दोषी होगा, उसको नहीं छोड़ा जाएगा। सभी लोगों को कड़ी शिक्षा मिलेगी और उसी तरह इस केस को हमने फास्ट ट्रैक पे लिया हुआ है। इस केस को स्पेशल पीपी हम लोग दे रहे हैं। इस केस को पूरी तरह अंजाम देने के लिए पूरी तरह जितने एविडेंस है वो एविडेंस पुलिस कोर्ट में पेश करेगी और इसे 2 महीने के भीतर इसमें ये केस में जो अंजाम है, जो जजमेंट है वो मिलेगा, ताकि ऐसे केस को दोबारा कोई भी करने की हिम्मत ना करे। ये हमारी कोशिश है।
एक प्रकार से कुकर्म करने का प्रयास किया है, कुकर्म किया है, ये बहुत ही गंभीर इस प्रकार की बात है और हम इसकी बहुत ज्यादा निंदा करते हैं। और राज्य सरकार ने इस मामले में एक एसआईटी का निर्माण किया है। आईजी लेवल की महिला अधिकारी को एसआईटी का प्रमुख बनाया गया है। हमारा यह प्रयास है कि इस मामले की तुरंत जांच होकर और चार्जशीट भी जाए और फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट में इसको हम चलाने की कोशिश करेंगे, ताकि जो पीड़िता है उनको एक प्रकार से उसमें न्याय मिल पाए, इस प्रकार का हमारा प्रयास होगा।
आणि या घटनेला जे कोणी गुन्हेगार जबाबदार असतील त्यांना तर लवकरात लवकर केस चालवून मग ते फास्ट ट्रॅक म्हणा किंवा काही म्हणा, आपल्याला अनुभव आहे की गेल्या काही वर्षांपूर्वी दिल्लीमध्ये निर्भया कांड घालवून निर्भयाचे सगळे आरोपी पकडले, गुन्हे साबित झाले, पण 1 वर्षांनी त्यांना फाशीमध्ये गेलं. आणि मग या सगळ्या दिरंगाईला जबाबदार कोण? जेवढे एखाद्या महिलेवरती अत्याचार करणारे गुन्हेगार हे त्या घटनेसाठी जबाबदार असतात, तसंच त्याचा न्याय निवाडा करून त्याच्यावरती शिक्षेची अंमलबजावणी करायला दिरंगाई करणारे सुद्धा जबाबदार धरले पाहिजे. हे जर का झालं तर आणि तरच अशा गोष्टीला आळा बसेल. पुढचं मी एवढंच म्हणेन की अशा घटनेचं राजकारण न करता, जसं आता हाथरस पुलाव, त्याच्यानंतर राजस्थानमध्ये काही घडलं, आता बदलापूरमध्ये घडलं, अगदी तिथे काही घडलं, त्यांचे सुट्टा कामा नये. सगळेजण पक्षभेद जातपात विसरून एकत्र झाले तर आणि तरच आपल्या देशातल्या आणि राज्यातल्या महिला सुरक्षित राहतील.
So a lot of these reactions will tell you that netas will continue to politicize. And even as we look at these images and we say that this is, ladies and gentlemen, not Bengal, but let's also talk about Bengal. What's been happening in Bengal? The entire matter right from the Calcutta High Court now has reached the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court literally has pulled up the Mamata Banerjee government. But does anything change? The answer is no. Is Mamata Banerjee bothered? The answer again is no. Will Mamata Banerjee resign? The answer again is no. Is anyone accountable? Unfortunately, no one. Let's bring up more details of what the court today has said as they have pulled up the Mamata Banerjee government. Remember, they've been speaking about the brutality and the nature of the crime, they say, that has shocked the entire country. It's the top court saying this. They say, why did the college dilly-dally in filing the FIR in the first place? Initially, they wanted to tell everyone this is a suicide case. Why did the principal not file the FIR immediately? Were questions even asked of him? The answer again, ladies and gentlemen, is no. The court has also asked on the issue of evidence that the evidence has been destroyed. The crime scene was not secured. Why? Why was this done? Was the idea to protect someone? On the role of the police, look at what the court says. The court has said, what were the cops doing when the vandals broke in? These are images, I think, that you have seen from the RG Medical College on the intervening night of the 14th and the 15th. A lot of protest happened. They also say on the action against the protesters that let the West Bengal government not unleash state's power on the protesters. The state is powerful. The state does not want you to speak, so they will want to silence you. Something that has happened in the state of Bengal. They've also said on the Kolkata police that we feel the cops can't secure RG in this situation. Then just think of the commentary on the state of the police in Bengal. Home Ministry is under Mamata Banerjee in Bengal. She is the chief minister. Is she not accountable for this? On the anger against the cops, you have the court saying that questions regarding the cops need to be taken seriously. All this is what Mamata Banerjee needs to hear, respond and respect. On the anger against the cops, they've again said that vis-a-vis what has happened, that's the reason why they've also said that all the security now will go to the CRPF. Remember, the CRPF now is going to be looking at the security of the RG Medical College. And even as you look at all these images, I want to play out one more sequence. This is a sequence that when it came into our newsrooms, we were figuring out that why is this man running and who is this man? Just look at the state of affairs in the state of West Bengal. Watch this video. It might seem funny to you at the first instance, but this is exactly how justice is evading people right now in Bengal. People are distressed. People have no patience with Mamata Banerjee. Before I tell you what's going on, I want to play full frame these images with the ambience so you can absorb what's going on in Bengal.
অনুবাবু একটু দাঁড়িয়ে যান পড়ে যাবেন দাঁড়িয়ে যান পড়ে যাবেন দাদা পড়ে যাবেন আস্তে নিচে
Let's tell you more about this man. Now, this possibly is the key accused, Sanjay Roy's close aide. He apparently shares a room with him, is also what we are given to understand. And he was called by the cops for investigation. You see him running. Does he have a role in this crime? Does he know something? No one knows. But this is what is happening in the state of West Bengal, where sources have also told us more about the ASI who was seen running. He, remember, is believed to be the godfather of the prime accused Sanjay Roy here in the case. It was because of his closeness to Anup Datta that he was allowed to stay in the 4th Battalion barrack, where a civic police volunteer like Sanjay cannot stay. Sources say that though Anup Datta is a mere ASI, but he is powerful enough in the police force. He's a part of the Kolkata Police Welfare Committee. This, remember, is an NGO which is believed to be controlled by the ruling party to rein the lower-ranked police personnel. So sources say investigators have hinted that Sanjay Roy did call this ASI. The man in this blue T-shirt, you see him running around literally as he spots the cameras. He called this man after committing the crime, and once he realized that he is in a soup. So like they say, भागते हैं, देखते हैं कितनी दूर तक भागेंगे. The Supreme Court, remember, is also now apprised of the case, and as you will see all this happening now in the case from here on, I'm sure Mamata Banerjee will have to respond to this. Why is this man running? What is it that he knows? Does he know the secrets of the Mamata Banerjee government? And I'm not even forgetting what's happened in Badlapur in Maharashtra. Let's quickly get in a panel of guests on the show. We'll get them on the screens here. We have Anuja, who represents the BJP on the show. We also have Advocate Sushil Vyasji, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, joining us. Ranjana Kumariji, it's a pleasure to have her here. And do remember, she's someone who's really fought for justice on multiple occasions. We've heard her raising her voice. But Ranjana ji, nothing changes in this country. I remember speaking to you when Nirbhaya happened. We were all out on the streets. Nothing has changed. Good to also have Shyam Prasad Meka, who represents the Congress on the show. Professor Monojit Mandal leans towards a Trinamool. Thank you, Monojit, for coming on the show. We also do have Chandrasekhar Jhaji. He's a leader of the Shiv Sena, the UBT faction. Without wasting time, I want to quickly first ask Monojit that, Monojit, should we be worried about what the Supreme Court and before that the Calcutta High Court has said? Can Mamata Banerjee respond to even one question that the courts are asking, that why did you say that this was suicide earlier? Why did the cops not have enough intel to say that 7,000 protesters will be at the Arjikar Medical College? Who has failed, Monojit?
So I think we are all concerned about what happened in Bengal and what has been happening across the state for a long period of time. And the Supreme Court, I think in right earnest, has expressed their deep concern about that. It's not just about Bengal. Of course, Bengal remains the triggering point. It's almost the pot boiler. But your first question, I think, is certainly not well taken. Supreme Court has never said that Mamata's administration did not said it as suicide or, did not take proper action. They have asked for the status report from both the Central Bureau of Investigation and from the state government about what happened on the night of the 14th, that vandalism that took place in Arjikar. The larger point is absolutely well taken. I am not going to refer to the judgment of the High Court. It is deeply saddening that when the case came to High Court, on 16th of this month, regarding vandalism, the High Court did not even make a whisper about the investigation of CBI, whereas the CBI investigation should have been under the guidance and supervision of the High Court. We thank the Supreme Court that the Supreme Court has seized of the matter on their own and holding CBI accountable. Why is the CBI so tight-lipped? Okay. We want to understand, and it's amply clear, and I'm making this charge on national TV. The CBI is tight-lipped because they are trying to give de facto political dividends to BJP, as simple as that. And
Monojit,
we are extremely...
Monojit, you are a very seasoned spokesperson for the Trinamool. And, there was a reason why I think it was important for me to hear your opening comment, because this will expose where a political party stands. I thought you will not politicize, but you have dragged in both the BJP and the left. Mamata Banerjee has blamed Ram and Bam for this. Now, can you tell me that these protesters who've been out on the streets, do you only see Bam and Ram? Do you see ordinary citizens? Do you see the same women voters who've called Mamata Banerjee Didi and they've been out on the streets protesting? Do you see them, Monojit, or you don't?
You cannot distort my words on live television, Deepti. That is the condition on which I am appearing. We salute the protesters. 90% of them are common citizens, and my support has remained consistently with them for the last 5-6 days. My individual response, and even many of the colleagues in the party. Yes, 10% were from the political party. The vandals were largely from the DOI-FI students' wings of a particular political party, CPM.
And when Mamata Banerjee is out on the street protesting, Monojit, is that part of politics or not? And the victims' parents, when they speak up, they speak of a hurried cremation. Are they also netas? Are they also politicians? They also have an axe to grind with you?
This is certainly, again, another inferences that you are drawing completely unjustly and unfairly. The victims' parents have been so far satisfied with Mamata. It is also in the public domain. We are completely behind them. We are empathizing with them.
You want me to replay what they have said? Because I played this all through yesterday. For the last 2 days at least, Monojit. When they have said we had no idea of who called us, they said it was a suicide. The body was hurriedly cremated. They said they were not even present there, Monojit.
First of all, which chief minister in the state went to the victim's house immediately after such barbaric and brutal attack? It was Mamata. You can hate her. You can abuse her. Mamata has got every right to hit the street when it is palpable. It is clear on the face of it that CBI is trying to do some politics.
Imagine you are now blaming the CBI. Monojit, it's an interesting situation because people are asking questions of Mamata Banerjee, and if you think only CBI is accountable, why should we have Mamata Banerjee continuing as a chief minister? Even though you don't respond to that question, Monojit, I also want to get in Advocate Sushil Vyasji, who represents the Shiv Sena. Sushil Vyasji, there have been some very, very terrifying and concerning images that have come in from Badlapur, and we'll just change those images on our screens to, depict the people's anger. Much like in Kolkata, people do not believe that the administration, the state police, the paraphernalia will give them any justice. So they have no other option but to rush to the streets. They are protesting on the tracks. They were lathi charged. Sushilji, what's going on?
At the outset, I said that we condemn this heinous crime of sexually assaulting 2 minor girls, children in the school. But it is rather unfair to say that the state government has not come into the action. The state government, the moment we came to know that there was a serious negligence on the part of the police station concerned of about 12 to 13 hours for recording FIR and all that, immediately, you please believe us, that the senior inspector concerned, you call it SHO, assistant senior inspector concerned, was suspended. And
why suspended? Why have you not sacked them? They should be terminated from their services now.
With respect, there is a procedure laid down. SIT is there. SIT under the senior IPS officer, Miss Aarti Singh is there.
No, Sushilji, this is the problem. To the Aam Aadmi, you will say, follow the procedure, follow the system. The parents followed the procedure, they go to the cops. They were asked to wait for 3 hours. It's only after 12 hours that an FIR is registered. Why do you think that these people have taken to the streets
today? That is unfortunate. Nobody is defending Deepti that. We are saying, at the outset I said, that is unfortunate. The delay has taken place. Nobody is denying that. But it's not that the government is not acted. Government immediately acted. They have suspended. They have suspended the principal concern of the school. They have suspended the class teacher.
But suspension is not good enough, Sushilji, because you're also an advocate. You know about this, and Ranjana ji would agree. The kind of action that you have seen in Bengal, the kind of action you have seen in Badlapur today, and I'm not comparing the two instances, Ranjana ji, but you look at this, a 3-year-old is not safe in his or her school, and a 31-year-old is neither safe in her workplace. So what should women do? What should kids do? Stop stepping out?
You are asking me?
Ranjana ji.
This story is unfolding from 2012 and much before. Yeah, I think this kind of a horrendous story where bodies are smothered, the both legs are pulled to side, pelvic bone fractures. Not only that, the kind of they have to go through this rape and brutal. I don't know. I'm losing my words when I'm speaking every time about this whole case. I think it's important to understand from 2012 till now. How many Nirbhayas? They say Nirbhaya 2, Nirbhaya 3, Nirbhaya 1000.
Exactly.
That's what is happening at the moment. And look at the other side. There is a political slugfest. Each government blames the other government. And also 133,000 cases, according to one of the studies, are pending of rape in the courts of the country. So they all know that they can get away with, and there is huge amount of impunity, because whether it is these kind of cases, and as you know, you did mention, I'm thankful to you for mentioning how 4 nights we were under that chilling cold on India Gate, demanding justice for Nirbhaya. Until date, one after the other, things are going bad to worse. Nobody takes responsibility. There's a lot of rhetoric about it. There's a lot of, punish the perpetrators of this crime. Such small girls we are pained to see this rape. Why don't they do anything? Why these governments are not making up to call? Why not? If we are not safe in our workplaces, as you rightly said, doctor is not safe inside the hospital premises. A child is not safe in school. Then where is safety for women in this country? And how many really rapists have been punished, I want to know. Except symbolic punishment here and there, Nirbhaya's perpetrators were hanged. And after that, there is one more punishment which was severe. Where is the punishment? Where are these people going? And when today, I am very happy the Supreme Court has taken suo moto. They have constituted a committee, but there is already a law pending in the parliament. Why don't they pass the law for the safety of the doctors? Why are they not doing it? And also that why so many cases are pending. Why doesn't Supreme Court announces special courts to deal with these cases and dispense out with justice? Justice has to be delivered. Justice has to be seen to be delivered.
Absolutely.
You cannot just talk about justice in vacuum. Little children are suffering. I mean, can they imagine? These men will never ever imagine what kind of a feeling we all women go through. It's such a anger. We are just boiling with anger. Our blood is boiling with anger. One after the other cases keep unfolding.
Absolutely.
And nobody's making up to the call, let me tell you. Even when Supreme Court is coming up with this, they should get reviewed. Yes.
And there is a story in these images right now, remember, that are playing on our screens. I just want our team to play those images again. You see them on the right. The first image is coming in from Kolkata, and the extreme right image is from Badlapur. If you look at these two images, what is common? The common is the anger. The common is the disgust. The common thing that, gets everyone together now is the outrage. It is that netas, the system, everyone has failed us. Anuja, everyone has failed us. This is why you have citizens who have to step out to be heard. Had this protest not happened in Badlapur in Maharashtra, Anuja, we would have not been talking about it at all. So, Anuja, why don't you respond to that, very pertinent point that Ranjana ji also raises? It's okay, and you must raise questions at Mamata Banerjee. But obviously, you're not imposing president's rule there. I do not know why that is not happening if you believe that Mamata has failed. In Maharashtra, you have a similar story. These are kids who were in school, Anuja. And even there, the police is not willing to lodge an FIR until these protests happen. What is going wrong?
Jai Shri Ram. Deepti, your concern is genuine. The outrage, the protest is genuine. I am not here to corner one from other. Girl is a girl, woman is a woman, raped, victims of crime. It is for everyone in any of the states. It is today in my states, it is in Kolkata. The only difference which was being shown in our state was on that ground. What Eknath Shinde ji has said, what the Home Minister has done, I know the police officer has delayed the FIR for 12 hours, which is pathetic, yes. And we have taken the cognizance on that. We have definitely, as you know, that we have transferred him. But
no, why have you transferred him? I don't understand. Why do we
I-
need such people who cannot even follow the system? Anuja, why are these people sacked?
That is what I'm saying. I think one of your panelists has already said that. When there is a system, you just can't sack somebody.
No, when it comes
or
to
I can
us, you will show
apply-
us the system. Can you tell me what happened with Ram Rahim? Haryana elections are here. He gets furlough after furlough after furlough after furlough. And then again, you will say, oh, it's the courts that have decided to do this. If you today ensure that people like Ram Rahim do not step out of the jail, you know, Anuja, a very powerful government led by Narendra Modi can do that. Take a step.
The criminal laws has been changed. The BNS has come up with a death penalty for the children in the POCSO Act. What we are talking is about the will of the politics. We are political people, but with will. We are not the people who shy away. And I am sitting
Then
here,
I will
not
take
running.
the name of Brij Bhushan. I will take the name of Brij Bhushan, if you remember. Very, very serious charges even against him. He's still
Please
a part
do
of
that.
the BJP.
Please do that. Brij Bhushan, the act has all. Do you anywhere tell us that the advocate from the BJP ever advocated in the courts in favor of it? Did we do that?
Anuja, you must
Did we
walk
do
the talk.
that?
You must walk
Did
the
we do
talk.
that?
Every neta today, Anuja, has failed us. That is the problem.
No, we have not failed anybody. We have been standing there. We are not the people who shy away from doing
You
things.
cannot sack
the acts have
that,
already been done.
Police
Look at
cop.
Mamata
You cannot
Banerjee's
even
government.
sack a policeman who's guilty of not putting out an FIR. Can you tell me why? Why is it so difficult to send
This is
that
what I'm
message?
telling you, Deepti. This is what I'm telling you. Now, you, as your screen shows, you compare us with West Bengal. Do you see? I do not even want to compare
I don't do this,
myself
Anuja. Let
with
me
the
make this
West
very
Bengal.
clear. I don't do this. I am not a politician. I am a journalist. I'm looking at the power of the people. People are really angry this time. Anuja, you must not think that if people in Kolkata are angry, people in Badlapur in Maharashtra will not be angry. They get angry because this time they have realized, Mr. Mecca, that everyone has failed us. Now, Mr. Mecca, the Congress right now can sit pretty at, defining these two situations. You have Kolkata, where Rahul Gandhi wakes up after 5 days to put out a tweet. He does not name Mamata Banerjee. And then in Badlapur in Maharashtra, you have a lot of responses that also have come in from Congress netas, and rightfully so, to say कि पूरा law and order यहाँ पर इस समय मतलब बर्बाद हो चुका है, is what they say, Mr. Mecca.
No.
Now, is this a distraction, Mr. Mecca, or you believe that these are serious issues that the Congress will also have to address? You will have to tell me whether you stand with Mamata Banerjee or not.
Deepti, forget Congress, BJP, Trinamool Congress, everything. This is a basic issue. What kind of a society we are building? That's our point. What is the response of our political system and our law enforcement system? That's pathetic. That's not acceptable. That's what our point is. What is the point in saying, oh, this happened in Bengal, so this happened
why
in
don't you ask for Mamata Banerjee's resignation? Would you say that President's rule should be imposed in West Bengal?
No, hold on a minute. See, this has become a habit for all the influence makers in this country to simply take on the netas as they are the soft targets.
Why not? Why
No,
not? We elect these netas. These netas are accountable. You have the police that reports to them, Mr. Mecca. If we do not ask netas questions, who do we ask questions to? And I will play out one response from Rahul Gandhi. Please listen into what Rahul Gandhi today had to say about the Kolkata rape case. And then you tell me whether what he said is justified or not. Only 30 seconds, Mr. Mecca. 30 seconds.
कोलकाता भैया, यहाँ पे मैं इस इंसिडेंट में आया हूँ सर। मैंने कलकत्ता के इंसिडेंट पे अपनी टिप्पणी करी है, अपने व्यू रखे हैं। यहाँ पे मैं डिस्ट्रैक्ट नहीं करना चाहता हूँ, इसीलिए मैं यहाँ इनका मामला उठाने आया हूँ।
लास्ट क्वेश्चन, आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डॉक्टर से कहा है कि अपना प्रोटेस्ट एंड करना है। एज एलओपी आपका क्या व्यू है? सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डॉक्टर से कहा अपना स्ट्राइक एंड करना है। एज एलओपी आप
देखिए भैया, मैं यहाँ इस मामले में आया हूँ सर। अब मैं जानता हूँ कि आप इस मामले को उठवाना नहीं चाहते हो, आप डिस्ट्रैक्ट कराना चाहते हो।
तो मीडिया डिस्ट्रैक्ट कराना चाहती है राहुल गांधी को, मिस्टर मेका? रियली?
Now, 1 second. Rahul Gandhi knows what he's speaking, and he's very clear, and he's very clear in identifying what the media is trying to do. Okay, so let me tell you. Let me finish my train of thought before you interrupted me. Okay, the point is we are talking about all these things. What happened to Ankita Bhandari? Where is the public outcry when that poor girl is cremated in the midnight in Hathras? Where is the public outcry?
And what about now? See,
wait,
now
wait,
you
wait,
will blame me that I am just, getting into your chain of thought. No, Mr. Meka, you've raised a serious concern. Yesterday on the show, we played out Mamata Banerjee when she spoke about the Hathras victim. But then we also played out the victims' parents who make the same allegation. Hathras is wrong, I agree. Then what has happened in Bengal is equally wrong, Mr. Meka.
Please, I respect you a lot. I'm asking a question to the conscience of Indian society about the kind of parenting we are doing.
No, don't go that road, Mr. Meka. I also respect you equally, you know this. No, now you're telling me that rape is a social crime, much like Monojit will also say. Rape is a social crime, blame the society, blame the parents, blame parenting, but we will all take, political mileage out of what happens. I will quickly get in Chandrasekhar Jha for his quick comment because he hasn't spoken yet before I come back to all of you, Mr. Meka. And then Ranjana ji, you should also tell us and all these netas whether rape is just a social crime. नेता बोलते हैं कि रात में लड़की को बाहर नहीं जाना चाहिए, तृणमूल के लोग कहते हैं कि नाइट शिफ्ट ही नहीं करनी चाहिए क्योंकि हम सिक्योरिटी नहीं दे सकते मोनोजीत, तो लड़कियों को बाहर ही मत जाने दीजिए, उनको नाइट शिफ्ट मत करने दीजिए. लुक एट हर क्लोथ्स, देखिए वो किसके साथ गई थी, रात में प्रोटेस्ट में आई है तो शी मस्ट बी विद हर बॉयफ्रेंड्स. This is the mentality of our netas. Mulayam Singh Yadav famously had said boys will be boys. Mr. Meka, I do not know why you are so outraged, but Chandrasekhar ji, who's to be blamed for what's going on? Are all of you not guilty?
In the matter of offense relating to women, states should move swiftly. And in many cases, however, we see after the Nirbhaya's case, many judgments have come to move swiftly in cases of offenses related to women. But states, I think both sides, I should not be partial with any of the states, but on the both sides, the states are not moving swiftly. And that is the result these protests have come out. If you see today in Maharashtra, what has happened, it is the conditions which have not been complied by the investigative authority, and that authority is not acting on the basis of laws which has been provided. No swift FIR, no swift investigation. It is on the turn also. If you see, Ms. Mamata Banerjee also missed that escape and used it, but eventually Kolkata police was working. They were not given enough time. And even if you see today what CBI has done, let me come to that point.
You are now defending Mamata Banerjee. Her police was not given enough time.
I'm not defending Mamata Banerjee.
The police ensured that the case is watched up.
No.
The police told the parents that this was a suicide.
Let me speak that what CBI has done. CBI has taken up the investigation for last 5 days.
I don't get this point.
Kolkata
You allow the entire scene of crime
for 4
to
days.
get vitiated. You destroy all evidences. You ensure an autopsy is conducted at the very same hospital which is the scene of crime.
It is an allegation. It has not been proved.
Listen.
It is an allegation. It is not been proved.
You must be honest. You must be honest. Because this is a
honest.
show that is
State
being watched by everyone, not just people who are pro-Modi, anti-Modi. Please. This is about our children.
Don't expect me to say
just
that
think of
I am
the fact
speaking
today
on
that
both
if
the
a
sides.
3-year-old, a 4-year-old is not safe when they go to, their schools, And when you have women at the
it's a
workplaces
grave
not
concern
safe,
for the country.
who's to be blamed?
It is not for the state. It is for the country. And if you see after Nirbhaya, what has changed?
It is not for the
nothing.
state. It is for
And
the country.
and
What does that
if you
mean?
see for last 10 to 12 days, what we are seeing in a country is having rapes and rapes and rapes from every state. What is happening? I am also answerable to the public. But today, what we are seeing that no provisions are in law that a woman has a safeguard in it. And if you see what is the position of the country right now, I am also answerable to everyone. And if you see today what is happening, states are not moving swiftly. That is the main reason.
So let's begin by Bengal. Let's begin from Bengal. Ask Mamata Banerjee to tender her resignation. She's the chief minister who has failed. She's the home minister who has failed. She's the health minister who has failed. Do that and apply the same prototype in all other states.
Every incident cannot be enlarged upon someone personally. If
Personally,
you see the whole administration,
Chandrasekhar ji, I do not understand. You obviously represent the Uddhav faction. You have an axe to grind with the NDA. You will obviously support Mamata Banerjee, but are you wearing blinkers, sir? Are you not reading the mood of the nation? देश को अब ये सब बर्दाश्त नहीं होगा, चंद्रशेखर जी.
It is eventually, see, it is the failure of the administration. I have to accept.
And who heads the administration?
But in certain, see, you cannot blame a person.
Why are you defending her? I don't understand. Why are you defending her?
Now. The administration is run by the people.
People who are appointed by the chief
and in Maharashtra,
minister.
what has happened today? The police has not acted. You have to blame.
So have you sacked the Kolkata police commissioner?
Then? But
have you sacked the Kolkata police commissioner, Monajit? Why haven't you done that? And can you give me a little bit of response to what a lot of our viewers have also been asking, Monajit, before I get in Ranjana ji here, that agar aap log security nahi provide kar pate hai, is what one of our viewers is asking. Her name is Arushi. She is saying कि अगर आप security नहीं provide कर सकते हैं तो क्या women night shift नहीं करें?
I will answer each and every question of yours, provided you give me enough time. First of all, you talk about the rapist being photographed with the prime minister of this country, what happened in Benares. I mean, you will never talk about that. You'll never ask for prime minister resignation. When the rape, charged convict will be garlanded in Gujarat.
Monajit, I'm not sure if you've seen those debates also on Bilkis Bano or not, but the point is where you go in this whataboutery, this tells me your position. Attack everyone, attack all netas, but then also question Mamata Banerjee.
This is deeply, deeply disappointing that when I state facts about other states, you call it whataboutery. These are facts, and these are all similar kind of rape. We are talking about the reform in the whole country. Yes, I do agree with this premise. Politicians do need to reform. They need the classes of feminism, for God's sake, especially the older generation. They do not understand what is body touch, bad touch, good touch. What is even, how do one address women? They do need to understand the proper classes of feminism. And I invite all of them, all the politicians cutting across political lines.
What about your own Trinamool people? Should I name them, Monajit? Should I begin naming them? There are at least 5 of these Trinamool netas who've spoken of the fact कि रात में लड़की आती है protest में क्योंकि उनको अपने boyfriend से मिलना होता है. There is another TMC person who has said कि night shift नहीं मिलेगी because हम security नहीं दे सकते. Please go and teach them first, no?
I feel like beating you. I'm saying something general. I'm not including.
No, you can't be general anymore. That is the problem. Why can we be general? Much like Sushil Vyasji continues to defend, the state. Much like Monajit continues to defend the state. Ranjana ji, you've heard responses from all sides. You ask anyone this question about which is the safest state for women today in the country, perhaps there is no answer. No answer. Ranjana ji, what should we do?
Well, Deepti, we are living in a society which really kills the girl child in the womb. We are living in a patriarchal society where men control every space, starting from parliament to bureaucracy to everywhere. These men are sitting. These men are dominant in your discussion here. And men will never, ever come to any kind of, there is a blame game that goes on. One is blaming the other one is blaming the other. Everybody remembers the other party's government where all this happens. But women, and where justice has been denied one after the other. You know, there is no justice for women in this country. So unfortunately, we are born and we are living in this country where there is no justice for women. Thank God that people of India have woken up. They are walking on the railway tracks to protest. Doctors have woken up. They are protesting day and night. We all protested at Jantar Mantar. We are all protesting. We are all asking these political parties who represent us, what is their responsibility? Is law and order not the responsibility of the governments, whether it is state government or national government? Is in protection of women is not responsibility? Is workplace protection is not responsibility of the institutions? Is school not responsible for protecting the girl children? And who is going to be answerable then? They keep raising finger to each other. We want to know who's accountable. We want this system to be accountable for protection of every child, girl child, every woman in this country. Why are they not holding, take responsibility. Take responsibility. Say, but so easy. It's every discussion, even with you, whenever I have sat through these discussions, this is what happens. Even women coming and representing the political party try to cover up their own party. Why? What kind of Bhushan Saran Singh or even that, what is his name, that Unnao fellow is still at large, then it's equally crime as Mamata Banerjee's state is doing.
Absolutely.
So I think what happened in Maharashtra, you really have presented a very balanced picture that what is happening in Maharashtra is that what is happening in Bengal. Who's accountable? Who's been held accountable? Who's responsible? Supreme Court has made such strong statements today against the police, against the government, against, they have even constituted a committee. So why, after all, who's going to be really held accountable? Somebody should come up.
Ranjana ji, both of us can at least agree that there was one point where netas used to think of morality, कि कुछ नैतिक जिम्मेदारी होती थी किसी की Mr. Mecca. I see you want to intervene, but I don't have time enough right now. But, there is no morality in any of our netas across political quarters. And this is just, a comment and a feedback. Ranjana ji, you would agree with this, that people don't understand that what happens when women read news about violence. When we report all this, what happens? Because this is a news that deeply affects us. It also builds a lot of trauma within all of us. It scares us. Because just think of this. This 31-year-old could have been any one of us watching the show. And these two, young children, all of 3 and 4, could be anyone's children. Think about that the next time you play politics on rape and say, ये हमारे यहाँ पर rape हुआ है, या आपके यहाँ पर rape हुआ है, हमारे यहाँ पर कम rape हुआ है. Anuja, Ranjana ji and all gentlemen, thank you so much. And we continue to promise that Times Now will raise all these issues and continue to ask for accountability. We are heading into a quick break.